Hi everyone. Today we will talk about the most important authors of the constructivism and social constructionism.
The constructive model defends that the previous experience of the person constitutes the base of the new mental construction in a direct relationship with the object of college. While constructionism defends that thought, creative experimentation, and one's own elaboration so that one can voice one's own reality.
Okay, one of the most important works in psychology is emotional intelligence. The main author of this theory is Daniel Goleman, an American psychologist, journalist, and writer. He criticizing the intellectual quotient IQ, where he says that knowing how to handle emotions and recognize them is essential for the human being. In addition, Goleman said that it was necessary to rethink the word intelligence with a high IQ. Since, thanks to multiple investigations, there is not only one fundamental intelligence pursuit in a person's life. So, what are the emotions? Goleman say that feelings and thoughts that have psychological or biological factors are the motion in which they are expressed through of multiple behaviors. Each emotion in plastic can be combined with other emotions. It must be taken into account that emotions have basic count within early creation waves become big combinations of emotions. A. Moods. They are oipic emotions and last much longer. For example, being irritable all day and that whatever stress you have explodes for a short time. B. Temperament. It is the reaction to evoke a certain emotion of state of mind. And C. Emotion disorders. Um, these are the emotions that negatively affect each nucleus or sphere of a person's life, such as depression, dysthymia, etc. Thinking Brian and emotional Brian. Galliman mentioned that we have two types of mind. One, the rational, neocortex and prefrontal, and two, the emotional, limbic system and amygdala. The decisions we make are influenced not only by the rational mind, but also by emotions. So, when we react to danger, do we first use emotion than the use of reason? This is due to a neural pathway or a alley that exists between the thalamus and the amygdala directly without the cortex, the reason, coming first. So, our emotions have a mind of their own, a mind that can hold views quite independently of rational mind. And finally, mm, steps to have a good emotional intelligence. One, know your emotions. Awareness on oneself, recognize a feeling while it occurs, and be able to control it at the right time. Two, manage emotions. Know how to handle feelings so that they are appropriate. The ability, the ability to calm down in front of each emotion. 3. Self-motion or self-motivation, coding each emotion to have a goal along with hope, optimism, and creativity. Allow human beings fulfill themselves. 4. Recognize the emotion of others. Empathy. Empathy it is important to recognize the feelings of the others. 5. Managing relationships. The art of the relationships is know how to handle the relationships of other people in a group, such as organization groups, know how to negotiate conflicts, people, and analyzing how other people are.
One, the most representative psychology of constructionism is Lev Semyonovich Vygotsky. He was born on November 5, 1896 in Orsha. He started as a medical student but later changed to be a student philosophy and literature. In 1925, he became interested of the psychology of art and then in 1924 participates in Soviet psychology with communicate until the method of reflexologic research and he died in 1934, age of 38. It its main contribution to psychology is related to the evolutionary psychology of human development for the social cognitive development to early childhood, the emergence of language and communication, the construction of with language and other aspects. One of great contribution is social cultural theory. His theory states that aspects seek development of the person are not in the subject itself within system on their social relation in the system communication with others in their collective active. He said he that higher psychological process are development in the children through the enculturation of social practice, through the acquisition of the technology of society. Vygotsky said that he was understand the psyche and consciousness on the most analyzing the life of the person and the actual condition of existence. Vygotsky said he had investigated to the human behind in the contact with the culture to which he belongs appropriate the things that are of social, original, and substantive internalising them. It refers to, to two evolutionary levels. The actual evolutionary levels, which comprises the development level and child mental functions in the child, does not achieve a solution regardless of the problem, which reaches it with the help of the other constituents if the potential level of deployment. Near deployment zone is the distance within the actual level of deployment itself and the level of potential deployment toward the gains of adults.
So, for both conceptions, knowledge consists of a psychological and social process, and therefore Human behavior is determined by this process. The difference lies in how reality is constructed.
For constructionists, is done for the individual perspective, like to their perception and experience, and for constructionists, for the point of view of a change between individuals who share a cultural context. Thank you, everyone. I see the next documental um, about talking about the psychology theories and psychoanalysis and theory de Gestalt. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone.